Hello and welcome to Hedleys Football Podcast. I'm here again today with Daryn. Good evening, Daryn.
Good evening, Harry. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thanks. I'm gonna crack straight on today because there's a lot to get through in this podcast. I'm gonna start with the game last Thursday night when we played at home to Barcelona. Now, we didn't play with a striker, an out-and-out striker on the pitch from the beginning of the game. So we had Anthony Gordon playing through the middle, which against Barcelona, in my opinion, was never going to work. So Eddie Howe is trying to ease Nick Votemeda in to the team and manage his minutes, but he had to put him on from the start. In my opinion, against Barcelona, you start with a striker, then take him off after the first half or the first hour, or however long you can play, put him on from the start, then take him off. Because, as predicted, obviously playing Barcelona, the atmosphere was unbelievable. So we were all over Barcelona for the first 20-25 minutes. But we just couldn't score because obviously we didn't have a striker on the pitch. Gordon had a few chances, one in particular that he should have scored, which Votemeda undoubtedly would have put in. So we would have been, if we had a striker on the pitch, we would have probably been 2-0 up, and then you can take him off and put Gordon through the middle in the second half. So that was a mistake. So because we didn't score, it was 0-0 at half time. And then what happens, of course, Barcelona being Barcelona, come out and just dominate the second half, but don't have many chances until two great goals from Marcus Rashford. The second one in particular, but the first one, he was completely unmarked, free header, 1-0. The second goal was an absolute bullet into the top left-hand corner. Unstoppable. 2-0. Probably game over. We keep going, and then Anthony Gordon pulls one back to make it 2-1 with 7 minutes to play, and then Barcelona just control the game and see the game out to the final whistle. 2-1, the final score. A good performance, but tactically he got it wrong. Should have put Votemeda on from the start, and we could have easily got a draw.
Why, when a player scores on his debut, like Votemeda did, you don't play him next game. He should be first name on the team sheet for me.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, obviously we know the Premier League is a lot faster than the German league that he's come from, but he's used to Champions League football. He must be. So I don't understand why he didn't start that game. And then he starts the game against Bournemouth, where he doesn't get any service. None of it makes any sense. I mean, against Barmouth on Sunday, he made 7 changes, which was, in my opinion, far too many. He did say Rodamedi through the middle. He then drops Jordan and Bruno. Obviously, 3 games in a week is a big ask for anybody. But we have Bradford City tonight, which I will come on to in a minute. Against Bradford, he could make 11 changes, drop Bruno and Jordan for that game, give them a complete rest, don't even play them for the whole 90 minutes. Let's be honest, the Premier League is more important than a game at home to Bradford City, because whichever team you play, the quality Newcastle have are going to beat Bradford, you would hope.
So you would hope so in Huddersfield. It didn't quite happen that way.
The midfield on Sunday only had Sandro Tonali in the middle from the main midfield. The rest of the midfield was Lewis Miley and Joe Willock. And we got totally overrun in midfield against Bournemouth. We're not talking about Man City. It was against Barmouth. So we got a 0-0 draw. He played for a 0-0 draw, and we got a 0-0 draw. But again, tactically, from Eddie Howe was poor, very, very poor. We have a game against Bradford tonight. There's no way he will play Bruno tonight or Jordan. So play them on Sunday, rest them tonight, and play them again at the weekend against Arsenal. I didn't get the tactics at all in the 2 games against Barcelona and Bournemouth. Yeah, one probably did work if he was playing for the draw against Bournemouth. He got it. But Bournemouth away, if you're going to get into the Champions League next season, you need to be beating teams like Bournemouth away. Put your strongest team out, especially when you've got Bradford at home on Wednesday night. It didn't make any sense to me whatsoever. But we almost got a positive result against Barcelona, and you could argue we did get a positive result against Bournemouth. But if Bruno and Jordan had been on the pitch against Bournemouth, we probably would have won, because they would have found a way to unlock the door. But the midfield was just far too weak, unfortunately. So I wasn't very impressed with the tactics from Eddie Howe. I don't think he's found his best starting 11 yet. Nick Rodamedi looks very, very good. He looks neat and tidy on the ball, but I don't think he's found his best 11. He needs to start finding a way to score goals without Alexander Isak. In the minute we don't look like scoring, so he needs to find a way to do that. And it looks like to me that Nick Rodamedi can score a lot of goals, but we need to give him the service. Nobody was giving him the service on Sunday. He didn't get a chance against Barcelona. When he did come on against Barcelona, he made the goal. So if he'd started, we would have got a point. Yeah, I could run on all day. Yeah, the tactics weren't very good from Eddie Howe. They haven't been all season, in my opinion, apart from the Liverpool game where we almost grabbed a draw with 10 men, and somehow every game we are managing to scrape results. But we're not going to make the Champions League if he can't score goals, so he needs to find a way. But Bradford City tonight, he'll find a way to win. We will find a way to win, because even last season, when we played Wimbledon in the first round, we won 1-0 with the penalty, but we found a way to win. So I'm sure we will do the same again. But he certainly needs to find more ways of scoring goals. Right, rant over. I'm now going to hand over to Darren, who's going to talk to you about, a bit more positively, I hope, about Sunderland. Over to you, Darren.
Thank you, Harry. Yes, we got a 1-1 draw against Aston Villa. We started off very well. Attacking them. I thought, oh, here we go. Until Ronaldo decides to come together with the Aston Villa player. Aston Villa player tackled him, and as retaliation, he kicked him somewhere where I can't mention it on the radio. A definite send-off, straight red card, misses 3 games for violent conduct. Silly, because we were on top until then. So we had to make changes. Chris Rick had to come off, and Dan Barmouth had to come on in defence. It was defend after that. But we still tried to go forward, and we hit the ball with a header, which didn't quite come down. And then, for that score was an absolute thunderbolt. A lad picked it up just outside the box. Hits a thunderbolt, which Ruth gets his hands to, but can't go. It swerves, dips, and it's 1-0 to Villa.
What do you think? Poor goalkeeping, or was the movement too much?
I said poor goalkeeping. I think it swerved too much. He tried to get under it, but it swerved too much. 1-0 Villa. You think, oh dear me. Then we attack. Lovely header from Granit Xhaka to Wilson near the door, and he puts it in the back of the net. 1-1, and that's the way it finished. So I was quite happy with the draw, considering we had 10 men.
Yeah, I mean, they were obviously on Match of the Day on Sunday. They were trying to find a nice way to describe where the guy hit and the player to get a red card. It was daft. It was stupid.
It was a definite send-off. No doubt. I couldn't argue with it. And he was trying to argue with it, by the way. I don't know why he was trying to argue, because it was a send-off.
Probably because it looked soft, but when you see where...
Even I winced when I saw it.
When you see where he kicked the guy, it's a straight red card, undoubtedly.
It is. I mean, no doubt about it, but I was happy at the point. I was frustrated. Because if we had 11 men, would have won it, I think.
Yeah, I think you probably would, to be fair, because Villa haven't scored a goal. Well, they have now, but they hadn't scored a goal this season. So I think if you had 11 men on the pitch, you would have won the game.
Well, this is how frustrated Unai Emery was. 5 minutes before the end, he shook hands with Regis to be and stormed off to the tunnel. 5 minutes to go, so that's how annoyed he was.
Yeah, I think he could be in a bit of danger, because for a team like Aston Villa, they've had a very, very poor start to the season.
Very poor indeed.
1 point from, five games?
Yes.
Very poor start.
Well, we have not involved. We on Saturday night, 5:30, on Sky. So I'll tell you about
that. That's another game down where a point is a good result. Because they haven't had a very good start to the season either.
No, they haven't. No, at all. Why they sacked the previous manager, I don't know. He was doing all right.
And getting Ange in, who doesn't seem to have any idea what he's doing.
Yes.
So, always not right at Nottingham Forest. So that's a good chance to get another point on the board, in my opinion.
Yes, it is.
3 games that we will be coming on in the next podcast. But until then, I would like to thank everybody for listening. And thank Darren for joining.
My pleasure, Harry, yes, Norman.
But until next time, it's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.